Hi, everybody. It's Ken Varga. Hey, this is exciting. At 74 years old, I'm doing webinars. In my greatest dreams, I would have never thought it was possible. I mean, it's just incredible what technology is today and everything, and it's just fascinating. But I'm going to show you one of the ideas. I'm not a professional, so a presenter like this here, so forgive me if I err along the way as we're doing this, as I'm sharing this, but I am highly creative in showing individuals like you guys how to create customers, and the Meetup one is just the first one of many that I'll be doing over the next year. But some of you haven't heard about Meetup, so I'm going to educate you and show you how you could use Meetup to create prospects. I want you to hold off all your questions till the end. That's important. And then I'll be answering any of your questions towards the end. But I want everybody to have a pad and pen handy to take down notes. Now, all of you will be getting a copy of the recording of this webinar. So as you get it, you'll be able to, when you have a question, try to remember the time that I mentioned something that you had a question on. And this way, when you're playing it back, when you come to that time period, you can pause it and write down anything that you ever want to do. So don't get stressed out as we go through this, because you will be getting a recording on this, but it will be helpful. I'll hesitate a little bit so that you can write down a lot of the stuff that will be going. Anyway, some of you haven't heard of Meetup. Meetup, to me, is one of the most fascinating concepts of network marketing that there is. But what I'm going to show you today is how to get an appointment with up to 55% of the people that you meet and communicate with in your Meetup groups. And you don't physically have to be there for this to happen. All right, so let's get started here. And here's just a small bio about myself. I hate talking about myself, but as most of you know, I created 35 businesses and over 6 million customers. All right? I try to help individuals like yourself find and acquire more customer, keep more of the customers you have, implement marketing strategies and marketing methods to build your business. And I've written a couple of books. When you get a chance, just go to www.kenvarga.com and you can read more about me and my books and what have you. So that's enough about me. All right? Now, what you need to do when you're going to go into Meetup, I'm going to ask you to open up a new browser, open up in your browser, and type in meetup.com. And then this is what would show up. Now you want to click on the red sign up button on the top right to create a profile. Now you could either sign up with Facebook or Google if you got accounts there, or you could fill in the information on your own if you want to use a different email than you have on Facebook or Google. But the key thing here is, in today's day and age, passwords, I mean, I have an Excel spreadsheet. I never thought I would have so many damn passwords in my life. Unfortunately, I do, and therefore you want to always remember these. So write it down after you complete the sign up. But you want to input your name, email address, password, and then click on sign up. And again, like I said, you could sign up also through Facebook and or Google. And this is what would show up. This is my profile that I have. All right? So you'll be prompted to add your profile picture. You want to do that. Personal information, interests, social media links, and bio information. And this is important. And you can always edit it at a later time. So don't stress out on it. Now, the first thing that's going to come up is this picture. And this is all the categories of different groups that are on Meetup. Meetup automatically creates an account for you for arts and career and business. If you're into religion, you want to click on the plus sign for beliefs. If you're into book reading, book clubs, dance, family, If you're single, you want to do food and drink and social. You want to do health and wellness, sports and fitness. If you're into LGBT groups, you want to have that. If you do outdoor stuff and adventures, you want to press on a plus sign for that. But you want to select the interests you may have by clicking on them so that Meetup can recommend groups, as we're going to see now, based on your interests. And you can always select additional ones later. So now after you've selected those plus signs, these are the things that are going to come up. So what you want to do, you want to put a check mark in the boxes that apply to you, that your interests are. So you want to go right through here and then do them all, do as many as you want. It doesn't really matter. It just narrows everything down. Now it gives you a list of recommended Meetup groups. So now you want to click on the plus sign, all right, for the groups that you would be interested in joining. Now, I'm going to suggest that you join at least 30 Meetup groups. And the reason is I'm going to show you a message later to welcome new members of Meetup groups. And the reason I want you to be on 30 of them is because not every day does a new member join the groups. So if a new member, if you get to that group and a new member didn't join, well, you just skip to the next one. And I'll go over that in greater detail later. So again, click on the plus sign of at least 30 of the groups that you have an interest for. Then it's going to click on Add Me, and you just click on Add Me, and then they're going to ask you to join a group. Then you're going to click on More Groups, and you want to pick on a few groups, and then it has the next sign on the top. So there's two different things that might happen. If it has a next sign, a next button on the top right-hand side, when you're asked to click the plus sign, then automatically it'll add the 30 groups when you click the next. The other way, if it doesn't have the plus sign and the next on the top, then you have to join the groups individually. So here you got the groups. You want to create your profile, which you click on profile on the top right-hand side, and this is what's going to come up. You can change your interest in profile at any time, all right? Now, if you want to do FaceTime, just log in with FaceTime to create your profile. You can also link your social media accounts to Twitter, Flickr, Tumblr, whatever they all are that you could do. You simply check the box next to the social media link you want to add, and it'll prompt you for the username and password to associate with your Meetup account. And then you click on Submit, all right, to save the changes that you're doing. All right, now, after you create your profile, you want to click on Find a Meetup Group. When you click on Find a Meetup Group, this is what's going to show up. So in my situation, it just shows 30 groups, 3 groups that I joined. In your situation, it'll show 30. If you want to join and delete other groups, join other groups, right below those groups it says Suggested Meetups. That's where you want to click on for additional groups. So this is where your Meetup groups are showing. And after you create your profile and pre-selecting your groups, you can find more specific groups to join. So see, I've got business circles. You could type in business and it'll bring up specific business groups. If your marketplace is females, women, type in women. If it's medical, type in medical. I suggest very strongly that every one of you try to join ethnic groups that you of your ethnicity. So if you're Italian, you want to type in Italian, Spanish, Spanish, etc. And then you want to make sure it's clicked on 50 miles of your town. If it's not clicked on the 50 miles, you want to click on the 50. It might be 5 miles. Click on the number and then change it to 50. But that's important for you to do, all right? Anyway, you can join additional groups at some other times by clicking the business. Remember, I just had it circled, and these are more business networking groups. So you want to just click on them and then join them. You click on Join Us, the red button on the top right. It tells you that there's 334 members, and there'll be a description of the group and the number of members there. If the group looks like it has potential prospects for you, click on Join Us to join a group. Once you do that, you want to click on Find a Meetup in the top left to then see all the meetup groups that you've joined. All right? So right up there, you want to click on Find a Meetup Group, and that'll bring you down here. Now that you've joined the groups, you can now start communicating with the members in those groups. I mean, this is really exciting because individuals in my coaching program are telling me, well, I'll go over that in a minute. All right. I mean, you're going to be excited by the number of responses that you're going to get just simply by having yourself, or as I'm going to have John get on a little bit later and tell you about the virtual assistants. But I mean, it's just fascinating what can be done here. All right. So now you want to click on a group. So we're going to click on the Monmouth Ocean group that you belong to. And this is what's going to show up. And then you're going to want to click on members. So you want to be writing this down. In order to send messages to the groups, you want to click on the group. Then you want to click on the icon that says members on the very top. All right? Then it's going to come up, and now in the middle of the page, it says date joined. This will bring you to the new member who has just recently joined. So now you want to click on Rob's name. So now you click on Rob's name, and it shows the individuals in chronological order. All right? Now I just want you to do 10 welcome messages per day, 1 in each group. And the reason, again, for doing 30 groups is because not every day do you have a new member join. So now what you do is you click on the new member, Rob's name, and this is what's going to show up. Now you click on message. All right? And then this is the message. So take a moment and write it down. And again, try to remember the time where it's at for this recording so that when you get the recording, you'll be able to come back and say it. But the welcome message is, hi, Rob. I would like to take a moment to welcome you as a fellow member of our Meetup group. On Meetup, we are here to help each other with ideas and referrals. Please tell me a little about yourself and who your ideal referral would be, so that when I see someone like that, I will refer them to you. My personal email is, and type your email, have a great day, type your name and your phone number. Now, this welcome message you want to put on a Word document. You might want to create a Ken Varga folder on your desktop so that you could download the document into that. But every time you're going to do the welcome message, you're just going to copy it. You're going to go to the message, and you're going to call it the Meetup welcome message, and you're going to copy it so that all you have to do when you're going through it is to paste the 10 messages in each of the groups. Now, a lot of the groups are not business related. They're social related. So for those groups, you just want to change the second paragraph where it should read, on Meetup, we are here to help each other with ideas and referrals. Please tell me a little about yourself. Leave off and who your ideal referral would be, so that when I see someone like that, I will refer them to you. And then do the rest of it. So again, on the social ones, they're not there for referrals. They're there to meet each other and share ideas and do different things. But this here, welcome message, sets you apart from other members of the group. Nobody else in that group is sending off a welcome message to a member of that group except you. And that's important and critical. But it asks them for where their ideal referral would be, so you can refer them business, but it encourages reciprocity. It opens up a dialogue where you, once they respond back to you, all right, where you communicate with them, and people, it's all about building relationships. Building relationships develop into trust, and trust develops into sales. So now you click on messages, and now you're going to type in, "Hi, Rob." Go to hit the return twice, right click, and paste your message, and this is what's going to happen. All right? And then you click on send the message. Now, again, I'm going to take a moment for you just to write down the message. And again, if even after you get the recording, at the end of this session, I'm going to give you my personal email. If you're having difficulties and you need me to go over with you the welcome message, just send me an email with your question, and I'll respond back to you with the answer. So again, now you go into the next group. You click on Find on the top left, and now you click on the next one. All right, you go back to the list of members. All right, they joined. You could do the Rob. You're not going to want to do, when you have 30 groups like that, you always want to keep track of who you send it to. But I'm going to suggest that you just send, in some groups, there could be 10 people that just joined in that day. You don't want to send it to the 10 members. You just want to send it to one individual in each group. Even if there's 10 members, new members, just send it to one member. Because excessive messaging, as I'm saying, as it shows below, can cause your Meetup account to be disabled. They don't publish the daily limit. All right? I personally think that there's about 30, but you'd be safe with just 10 of them per day. All right, so then you click on Rob again. You'll click on Find on the top left, and then it'll give you the next group to join. You click on Find again, like top left, then you click on the next group, and then you do the welcome message to that group and what have you. But besides doing this, I have found that face-to-face contact with individuals always result in sales, and it builds trust. So I would gonna suggest that you attend at least one of your Meetup groups per week. And you could click on Find upcoming meetups by clicking on Find, then Calendar. And like you see down here, it shows all the different Meetup groups and their dates of meetings. So it's important that you look at that. And by default, it'll display meetups to groups which you belong and your interests, all right? And you want to attend a physical group. So you can click on the 60 meetups in your group, and you can find out where they're at. You know, I have number of meetups on top, but you click on the meetups in your groups. You can click on all meetups nearby, which will give you all meetups in every one. And you could add in a keyword search right there where it shows business for meetups related to a specific keyword. For example, business. So this will show you the different areas and what have you. So you just click on it and on the event to find out more information and to sign up if you wanted to go. And they do have a limit of seating capacity. So in order to attend, the actual meetup, you click on join and RSVP. If it's a meetup group that you're already involved in, all right, it'll just say RSVP, and that'll be key for you to sign up to go to the group. Now, here's some tips. All right, I want to teach you a little bit about when you're attending the meetup groups about networking. I need you to write this down. When you introduce yourself to somebody, you say, "Hi, my name is Ken. John, tell me a little bit about yourself." All right? Then ask them if they need referrals. If they say yes, then ask them who would be their ideal referral. And I hope you're writing all this down. Again, it's going to be in the recording that you're going to get. But indicate to them that when you see someone like that, you will refer them to them. Now, it's critical and important. Words make such a big difference in attracting individuals to have a wow effect where they have to say, "Can I have one of those?" So you don't want to introduce yourself, "I'm a business owner," just like every other business owner does. All right? So let's say that you're a website developer. And you don't want to introduce yourself as a website developer. That's blasé, it's blah. But if you say to them, "John, I am a profit detective. I help business owners like you increase your profits and revenues by making your web presence and website more productive and creating more prospects for you to sell to." I mean, isn't that so much better? And then all you have to do is say, "Would you like me to show you how?" That's all you need to add. But if you're having difficulties in creating this, here's my email. Write it down. KENPBG, PeterBoyGirl @AOL.com. And we'll arrange a quick time for a phone call, and I'll go over this with you. And we'll create something that will have a wow effect where the individual will say, "John, can you help me do that? That would be great." All right? So these are the various benefits of using Meetup. It's really an inexpensive way of building your pipeline and building your community. You got more prospective clients by joining groups and sending new connections. You have a systematic way of doing lead generation, and it increases your referrals from your new connections. Here's the most fascinating part about what I just showed you. This figure I'm going to show you now is actual figures from the subscribers to my coaching program. They're getting a 6 to 8% response rate, which means that if you send out 100 messages per month, which is 10 a day, all right, which is every 10 days, you're going to get 6 or 8 prospects to talk to about your product and your business. That is just absolutely fascinating. Anyway, this tells you a little bit about my coaching program, but what would it be worth for you to receive step-by-step instructions where I hold your hand on how to get an avalanche of new clients? Every month, you get a new module with a new strategy that you're going to implement. You're going to want to print up the module and put it in the Ken Varga folder. And what you're going to do, all right, which is, to me, one of the most critical parts, is attend the conference calls we have once a month. They are so fascinating. Every month, I give you new ideas for creating customers. And you'll be with other business owners. But that's the value of this program. All right, there's almost $5,000 in value for the coaching program. All right? Now, it's just $20 a month. But I will guarantee you, after you sign up and we have our first phone call, that if you don't feel it's worth the $20, you just let me know and I'll return the $20 to you. I will show you constantly new ways of creating 10 to 25 new prospects per month. So when you sign up, we're going to arrange a phone call and I'll spend an hour with you almost showing you how to create an additional, besides the meetup, 6 to 8 per 100. All right? 10 to 25 new prospects per month. So to sign up, all you need to do is to go to www.buildyourbusinessfast.com.